Hi, everybody. Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. Tonight's guest is running a few minutes late, so we'll bring her on when she arrives. In the meantime, how's everybody going? How's everything going tonight, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful week. It's Tuesday. The NFL playoffs are done for a week, and I don't know if anybody else was as surprised as I was by the Rams last night. That was a pretty interesting game to say. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat who showed up so far. Let's see. We've got Christina. Hi, Christina. We have Entropy in Comics. Hi, Entropy. KMun. Good evening, Andres. We have JSS. We have AG. I don't know if he wants to pronounce AG or just AG. Let's see. We've got Big and Nasty. Hello. Okay. KMun and Second Order of Zombie Tramp Vampblade books have arrived. That must be good. How long? I'm curious. How long did that take, KMun? And where did you order it from? Just put it in the chat and we'll get it up. Oh, we've got someone saying, "Go Chiefs." Patrick Mahomes lives a few. Wow, then you must live in one heck of a neighborhood there, AG. As we wait for Carolyn to come, I'm happy to say that I got the second prize out in the mail this weekend. Congratulations to Casino Comics for winning that one. And I have put SideQuest in contact with Bleak so that he and Bleak can sort out how to do the prize. The Gray Man has written me that he is good with passing on his prize. So next week, we are going to have another quick draw to give away the Man of Steel series that the Gray Man had won. Okay, that's the full John Byrne series from 1986. I believe I've covered it in a video before that I've done at some point. And if you guys want to catch that thing, we've got KMun has an answer for me. Hang on here. Matt, you ordered them from Canada. Second order got quite fast. First one took a while. So bottom right as the strike ended. Well, it's good to hear there, KMun. I've noticed that certain pieces of mail are coming through a lot faster, and other pieces of mail are taking a while to come. For example, friend of the channel, Stevie D, Steve Driscoll, sent me this. Back in November, he sent it about 3 days before the strike started, and it just got to me today. This is the Silver Surfer and Superman #1 crossover, and I am really, really, really looking forward to taking the time to read this. And let's see, that is true. JSS, I saw today that Diamond is gone chapter 11. I don't know what's going to happen with Diamond, but it's going to be an interesting ride to see what happens in the next little while. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and gentle beings, without further ado, let us welcome tonight's guest, Lady Fantastic. How are you?
Apologies for my tardiness.
Please, that is fine. Everything's good.
Was able to get things together way faster than I thought I would be, and so here I am. But yeah, yes. Thanks for having me. And
hey, no problem.
Excited.
You are a popular person on the YouTube community. Just about everybody I talk to knows who you are, and so that made it easy for me. Hey, let's ask Carolyn if she wants to come on.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really cool community, and there's a lot of really cool folks in this community. I am so glad I found it because my love and knowledge for comics has vastly increased, and it's just great. I'm really starting to appreciate the history. I'm getting into things that I thought were boring before. It's awful.
Sorry, I forgot to turn off my dehumidifier.
That's fine.
I don't know if you can hear it on there, but it drives me crazy when I'm on here. Well, I'm very happy to have you tonight, and I would agree with you with regards to the community. Like I've always known a lot about comics. I'm not saying that to my own horn, at least about DC and the stuff that I like. Watching other people in the community, like yourself, Alan, Biggie, Bleak, and all the others, has opened my eyes to a lot of other things that are out there. So I've started buying more diverse books. Like I've gotten some Marvel books, which I don't generally buy. I have my favorites in Marvel, and I know you're a Marvel person.
We're
So
like Jack Spratt and his wife, because I used to not buy DC and now I'm buying DC
mhm.
because there's
Well,
stuff that I've learned to appreciate.
so let's start off by asking you what interest. How did you get interested in comics?
Uh, well, I was a weird kid, and um, I would stay at my grandmother's a lot during the summers as a young one, around, 7, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there was a neighbor, the family that lived a couple of houses down, and they would always have yard sales. And there were kids that are part of this family, and they would try and sell some of their stuff to get extra money. And this one kid had comic books, these Avengers comic books, and I was very intrigued by the material because of the covers. They were quite colorful and exciting looking, and so he would sell them for like a quarter or 50 cents each. And so I would get like a handful of them, 3 or 4. My grandma would give me a
Thank you.
dollar.
Hi, flashes. Thank you very much.
And so, yeah, I first started reading comics because they looked interesting. I saw them at a at a yard sale, and I haven't stopped.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty similar to a lot of people. They discover a comic somewhere lying around, or someone introduced them. I mean, in my case, it was my dad having my uncle's collection of Silver Age DC kicking around, and I discovered it when I was about 5 or 6. And I honestly say I can honestly say that I learned how to read a lot from these comics, and it was because most of these comics were Superman, Legion, Supergirl. That's what I fell in love with, and
Yeah,
still collect to this day.
I think I
So
was about 7, 8 when I came across the comics, and then like after that, you get sort of the advent of like the X-Men television show. And when did that animated series first drop?
I think
X-Men.
97, 90, 91 or 97. It could have
It
been,
was like
I think 90,
92.
yeah,
92.
92.
So that
It
makes
was,
sense, because I would be 8 in 92, and not far soon after I discovered those Avengers comic books, I
Mhm.
discovered those X-Men cartoons, and wow, I was off to the races. Yeah.
Yeah. See, when I think I'm a little older than you. For me, it was the Super Friends. That was another
Okay.
thing. That was another reason why I like DC characters, because I was reading Superman comics, and
And
then
the
Superman was on the
cartoons.
TV.
Yeah.
And the fact that the first movie that my father ever took me to by ourselves, just me and him,
Yeah.
was Superman the movie, Christopher Reeve, in the movie theaters. So
Yeah. That's like a core memory right there, dude.
yeah,
That's cool.
I mean, I had gone with my entire family to see Star Wars before that, but that was the entire family at the drive-in. This was a different thing. This was just me and him, and that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So, what are your current collecting interests? Like, what books will you buy before anything else?
Back issue Marvel, specifically Bronze Age. Um, Marvel Bronze Age stories, I have a special place for. A lot of them just were really good and meaty at that time. So, well, like X-Men started getting good in like the late 70s when Claremont came on, and it's like late bronze, early copper. And then you've got like I maybe this is a little later, but I would say maybe it's copper, probably, where Simonson Thor came around. That was really good.
Right.
But also like oh, well, maybe I like the 80s more. I don't know, because I'm just thinking, oh God, well then John Byrne's Fantastic Four I also absolutely love. So there's just so
Yeah,
much.
I have a soft spot. I know what you're saying. I have a soft spot because this was the stuff I was buying off the newsstands was 1980 to until Crisis.
Yeah.
Like that was I was 9 to 12
I
period,
think
and that was my prime buying time off the stands. So
I think the reason why I loved the copper is because I got in just after the modern age, and the cheapest, most voluminous product available were old copper back issue bins. And so
yeah,
I could get some really great stuff, and I did. But also I have really started to get into like the kitschy 70s Lois Lane, late 60s, early
oh yeah,
70s
I
Lois
love
Lane.
Lois Lane.
And and I've gotten into the oh goodness, Bronze Age DC horror. Oh,
Yes, that is good stuff. I've been buying some of that recently myself. But you talk about Lois Lane. Alan recently finished the run,
dang,
comic
Alan!
and and I know that Nate Hall Yeah Comics and myself are both trying to get as many as possible.
Is it
Because
like 137?
it is about 137. Yes, I think that's the correct number actually when you
Yeah.
say that.
I
And
love number one, the cover for
yeah,
number one.
number one with the witch on the broom. Yes.
Love it.
I find that the hard one's going to be getting the Catwoman one.
Oh yeah,
That
70?
yeah, that is my number 11 on my top 10 list for this year. It's a if I can find it and I have the money on me.
That should be on my top 10.
Yeah.
I should have that. I need to get that
Yeah.
this year actually, because I've been saying I wanted to get that for a minute and I haven't. So had like 50 sleds and he wanted to introduce you to characters other than Batman. Nice.
So we're going to come to the part of the show now that I call I've called it different things over the last few weeks. This week it's called the book that is you find cute and would like to pass it on. The reason I say cute is because you're a Marvel person.
Yeah.
I've been asking DC people for pets because
Yeah.
there's a lot of DC pets, but there's not so many in the Marvel world. So
Yeah, there are.
oh well, that's
I'm going to
great.
show a book that has one of them.
Great. I'm going to make you big and
So this is a variant, but I recently picked this up, and this is Captain America Lives Again, and it's with actual dolls, but then we have Lockjaw here.
Right. I can't believe I blanked on Lockjaw.
Yeah. And Cosmo, the dog. There's a lot of cool and what's their name? That's Lockheed the dragon.
Oh yes. Kitty Pryde, yes.
Yeah. And so this is just honestly, so this is to advertise the Marvel Rising storyline, and it is super cute. I love it. I have the Marvel Rising. There's lots of great stuff. Yes, Inhumans. So in originally Miss Marvel, and then this is an OG Inhuman, Lockjaw. But
the thing about Lockjaw is I don't think of him as a pet because they all say he's actually a person who just happened to go into dog form, right?
Yeah. So, well, he's my
but
pet.
You know that does. But Crystal treats him like a pet, so I should probably do the same.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's my little cute. I thought that was cute.
It is a very cute cover.
Yeah. All right. There's my cute cover.
All right. So
you got one? Just show me.
No, on this show I don't show books. I let my guests do it for the most part because they see my books all the time. This is the chance for someone else to shine. I just host. So, as a follow up to that, how did you acquire that particular book? You just buy it in the bin, or?
So I actually found this one recently. So here's the story behind this. I have a Squirrel Girl variant that is of just this Squirrel Girl doll. And I absolutely love it. And I have never seen another all doll variant like this. And so I recently, sometimes I'll go on these little eBay benders where I just look at through comics, whatever. And this happened to be a little $3 comic on the eBay. And I said, I need that. Do I really? No. Am I excited about owning it? Yes. That's how I got this one.
No,
I don't often use eBay, but certain times you just got to pull the trigger on the little unique pieces that
Yeah.
you don't see often. Yeah.
That is true. I did buy one book off of eBay not too long ago, and it literally I ordered it in October, and it didn't get here until the first week of the last week of December because of the postal strike. It was coming from Colorado, and the worst part was it reached the border in 4 days, and then the strike hit, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. So, okay, well.
Yeah, so KMun, I am a big back issue person too. I really don't buy much new stuff. This was an obvious exception for me because it's got my ladies, my little Marvel ladies.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm because I have this terrible need to complete things. I buy like I still buy action. Yeah, I still. Well, it drives me crazy if I don't know the ending of a story, or if I have the end and don't have the beginning.
Yes.
I mean, I am primarily a reader. That's why I got into comics. It's less of an investment for me than it is for like my
imagination.
It's my my escape.
It's your stories.
Yes,
it's your soap operas. Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know how many years did I waste, listening to my mother with The Young and the Restless. I don't know,
dude. Yeah, it's the same stuff but cooler.
Yeah.
Let's just be real.
Well, so basically, we're going to go now to the part of the show where I ask you to show the 5 books that you want to talk about, and just tell us little stories about them, why you got them, what you like about them.
Okay. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna start. So, all of these that I'm gonna show you. Yeah, the newest one is going to be Copper. So I actually picked 6 books, but this first one it's counting as 2. Or sorry, these first 2 are counting as 1.
Honestly, I say 5 books, but I'm good with 6. Some people like Lyle show like 20. So,
so I love the Defenders. It is such a great run. And introduction of like the proto Defenders occurs in Submariner 34 and 35. And honestly, I think Submariner is a fun run. I have quite a few of the issues. But these are 2 of my favorite Submariner issues because of the introduction of the Defenders, which is an excellent run. And
were they named the Defenders in this case? Because I have it written down. I'm doing research on
yeah, in the 35, right now. They sat.
I have it. I have it listed as Marvel Feature 1 is the first appearance of the Avengers. The Defenders.
You mean?
There we go. Is that not the first time they're called the Defenders? Like,
yeah. So I might be a Defenders fan.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, if that's the case,
never seen it.
Look
at you.
Like I said, I've been doing some good research.
You have never seen 34 before. Okay, well, get a good look, Mike. Eat your heart out. So there you go. But just great stuff, in my opinion. But I'm a Defenders fan, so there you go. Do I just collect or do I sell? I'll sell every once in a while. I know I'm supposed to be coming back to the whale show soon. It's just sometimes it gets to a point to where it's not fun anymore. I'm just like, meh. But yeah, I have. I like doing it, especially when you flip. So if you just kind of use the hobby to pay for itself, and that's why I enjoy selling books. Because if you're in the hobby already, then you know what's hot and what's not if you pay attention, and you can utilize that to your advantage.
Show those Defenders again.
What's that?
Show those Defenders again. Show them. I'm a big fan. I just can't believe it. Like Hulk on a team. Like I know he was an Avenger briefly, but
yeah,
wow, that is just beautiful.
Thanks, man.
How long ago did you get those?
Ooh, I've had these for a couple. 34, I think I got like a couple years ago, and then 35 I've had for a few years.
Well, you've just added 2 books to my want list now.
Yeah, well, they are very nice books. They're fun books, and they're where we first see the beginning of the Defenders.
Yes, Marvel Feature 1. That's another gorgeous cover.
Thank you. So yeah, that's my book one. Okay.
Fair enough.
So
Pretty cool for a book one.
yeah. Another character that is a favorite of mine is Black Panther. And this is sort of a prototype. I'm going with prototypes apparently. Of Black Panther before there was a Black Panther.
Oh yes, the Two Gun Kid. Alan's shown me this book. This is a nice looking book.
Two Gun Kid number 77. And this is Dick Ayers art. And you see here the Panther. And clearly there is a lot of inspiration taken from this. So yeah, I own I have the complete Jungle Action run with Black Panther in it, and I have the
nice.
complete Black Panther Kirby run. And I have quite a few other Panther runs, but I'm not going to say that they're like complete. Those are the two that I just hyper focused on. But yes, beautiful book. I love Dick Ayers art. If if you're able to, I highly suggest trying to get his old Ghost Rider stuff.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I have nothing but good things to say about his Ghost Rider run.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff. But this is just one of those books I had to get because of its history in the creation of the character Black Panther.
And I think it's a way to keep, Western books in the spotlight. There's not too many people, I think, that collect Western anymore. If I'm wrong, people tell me in the comments, please.
Some amazing Frazetta art and Dick Ayers. Like, there's just some crazy, really nice stuff in Westerns that you may not initially realize that.
I have a good friend who he's trying to put together every appearance of Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
From the 70s. And he's only 3 books away from finishing it.
That's intense. That's a lot. So yeah, there's my 3-gun kid. Sorry, 2-gun kid, not 3-gun. Next book, or if you want to, do you want to?
Oh, that's good. We can move on if you'd like. I think that's a great book, personally.
Yeah, I'm happy and pleased to have it in my collection. I got this from Tony Sanders, the Tone from The Hunt. He's a really cool guy, and he's also got awesome taste in books, and I am thankful for him for hooking me up with this.
Awesome.
He knew, like him. A lot of people know that I really like Black Panther, and he actually he hit me up and he was like, "Look, dude, you want this?" Other people were hitting me up. They were like, "Dude, Tony's got this for sale," and I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" So
speaking of Lyle, hi Lyle.
Hey Lyle. This one, I am also a big Hulk fan. I'm always around for a hulking good time. And before we got the Wolverine, we got Wendigo.
Oh, yes, the Wendigo. And I'm actually surprised that this character is not bigger than he is. At least in my circle of friends, the Wendigo is a very popular guy.
Yeah, well, and so I may have picked this also because he is Canadian, right?
Yes, so, that is true.
And I have a buddy. His name's Dope Comics. You guys may know him, but he calls Wendigo Wendingo. And I like that too. Wendingo. So when there's one, this is a great book. I think this is an underrated book, also. But first appearance of Wendigo and a Hulk, hell yeah! This is what Bronze Age Hulk to me is some of the funnest, greatest stories. And you've got Marie Severin and Herb Trimpe, on art, and it's just magic. So
yes, I won a issue of 140. Where is it here? Yes, I had it like today. There we go. Issue 141, if I may okay. I won this off of Whodot when he had his
Doc Samson.
Yeah, when he had his thing. I think this is what the next issue. Like you got the issue before the Wendigo.
No, this is 162.
Oh, 162. I'm sorry.
Yours came
I really
before.
need glasses myself.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
So I don't wear them on the camera. So
it's all right. Yeah, that's a beautiful. That's one I still don't have.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of good books from Whodot as well. He's a really cool guy. We have Reno Jones going home. Okay. So the next, after my Hulk, I got to show some Jim Steranko magic.
There we go. Wendigo is in the latest comic, Wolverine comic arc, apparently. Thanks, AG.
And we're going to go Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., number 3. And the reason why I love this is, one, it's Jim Steranko. And Jim Steranko art to me is always iconic. But the second reason is that you've got a Marvel comic that's in something like Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., that looks like a DC ghost horrors kind of book. Like
yeah, it really does, actually. Now that you say that, it does look a lot like a House of Mystery or House of Secrets.
So the fact that it has this very haunting kind of Hounds of the Baskervilles like cover, I really dig. And I thought, this is kind of not usually his thing to do the darker, but I thought that was Bad Butt. And, he kind of changed the industry and rocked the world, coming in from like advertising and understanding sort of the psychology of placement and colors and whatnot, and ended up making some iconic covers after it was all said and done. So,
well, I find that Neil Adams at DC and Steranko at Marvel, they changed the style of everything. The things before that were a little more cartoony. Like, I love Kurt Swan, but he's a little more cartoony than realistic. And then you got these two, and then you get people like George Perez that later really, really look, and today's artists that look really realistic as well. And I think it's a great thing. Steranko is up there. He's one of the greats.
Yes, that is. I agree,
man.
So there's this beautiful. So we've got this, and then the final. We're going to go into the Copper Age, and you talk about some of these artists that can do hyperrealism. This guy can do anything. He can do hyperrealism. He could do hyper surrealism. You name it, he can do it. And that's Mr. Bill Sienkiewicz. And this is Elektra Assassin number 1, signed and remarked by Bill Sienkiewicz. And
very nice.
Got a nice certificate of authenticity, But this was a very kind gift from my buddy Unruly Simeon, and I will treasure this always. It is an amazing book by an amazing artist.
It sure looks good. That remark is really good. And I'm assuming that means he was also the artist that did the cover itself, right?
Yes, he's the cover artist, right? So that's Bill Sienkiewicz.
Yeah, see, he's somebody whose work I'm not that familiar with, but it looks really good of what I've seen. So,
he's probably, I think he's my favorite artist. Like, aside from King Kirby, like, dude, Bill Sienkiewicz, I love his stuff. You see, his early New Mutant stuff was fabulous. And actually, the first book that he did with Marvel is Black Panther 14, issue 14, in the Kirby run or whatever. And he does the Marvel way. He draws Marvel way. You wouldn't be able to discern him from anybody else. But he starts to create his own style over time. And that's what I really appreciate about him, is that he can create his own flavor. And you would look at something and say, that is Bill Sienkiewicz.
Yeah, that I think is the ultimate thing about an artist. If you can look at it and know who it is without like having to look. And I know that there's a few artists out there that have similar styles, so it's a little harder to always disseminate. But I think that then they've made it in the into the world.
I can do it with like a Frank Cho's one. I can always identify Frank Cho art. I can usually always identify Kirby art. There are certain ones. Schomburg is pretty easy to identify, but yeah, some you can't. I can't really think of any right now, but
I know the eye that Steppo has, especially for these artists over the years, it's amazing. Like, he can, he doesn't do it with every book, obviously, but like probably 70% of the books out there
he knows a lot.
Before he knows it, he bangs. He just bangs it off.
Steppo's a wise man when it comes to the comic world. He knows quite a few
Speaking
things.
about knowledge, those were great books, and
Oh,
the
thank you.
knowledge behind that shows that, as I said, like I've always been amazed by the knowledge you've shown every time I've seen you on another person's channel, which was. And before we get into the trivia part, I also want to bring up that video you made about the mental health after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
My audience, if you have not seen that video, go to Lady Fantastic's page and watch it. It is a powerful message and it's wonderfully said. And the best part I liked about it is that you said it in a way that makes it calm and comforting. And it didn't feel like some other people do, that it didn't feel like you were talking down to us. I thought that was a powerful message done, spoken truly from the heart. And I thought that was a great video.
Thank
and
you.
I just thought that I should tell everybody out here, if you haven't seen it, go give it a look.
Yeah.
I know it's not quite comics, but for our American friends, this time of year in Canada is the Bell Telephone Company does this thing about raising awareness for mental health. So in this part in Canada, this time of the year, it's a pretty big thing. There's one day. Bell is the biggest telephone company in Canada, and they always pick one day that every text that goes out that day, they donate 15 cents off their network. So
it's awesome.
They do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, life's tough. It's not easy just living. So, I don't, and especially like in the climate of America right now, I don't want people to forget how connected we really are and how much in common we do have. And we rely on that network of connection to get through life.
That is true. And I find it's a worldwide thing. It's not just America.
Yeah, you're right.
People have taken sides, and it's at the point now where people aren't talking with each other. They're talking at each other, or above or below each other, and nobody's getting the point. And it's too bad, because I remember a time when debate was
people listened.
You could have a debate and then a beer.
Yeah,
you can't do that these days.
Yeah, it's wild.
All right, it's time for trivia.
All right.
Have you written 3 questions?
I've got 3 questions, but they're kind of controversial. I know each 3 of them, but
you are the guest, so you can ask me the first question. If I don't get it, I throw it to my people in the crowd.
So these are they're more controversial, and they're more like chicken or the egg. What is the first appearance of Wolverine?
Well, most people would say 181, but I say 180.
I do too. I consider 180 correct. And the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, says that the first appearance of Wolverine, not cameo, it says first appearance, is in 180. Yep.
So I believe it's a full back splash page, right? If I'm not mistaken. I've never read the book.
So
my first question for you is, who was the main villain in X-Men 1 1963?
Magneto.
That is correct. Ding, 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 ding. All right.
What is the first appearance? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We've got KMun agreeing with us with regards to the 180 being totally it. Because I'm another thing is, I am a huge Son of Satan fan. I will never get his first appearance, because his first appearance is a cameo in Ghost Rider 1.
Right.
I can afford if I save up his first full appearance in Ghost Rider 2.
Right.
But that's still, I don't know what it is in the US, but for here it's a $400 book. So
nice.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Number 2. What is the first appearance of Gambit?
That's another one where there's 2, isn't there?
Maybe.
I want to say X-Men. Well, everybody's fights over X-Men. I think it's 265 or 263.
It's 66.
Oh, yeah, 266.
Okay. It's fine.
And the other one is an annual, or is it Gambit 1? Or is
it's annual 14.
Annual 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, while we're talking about 2, have you ever heard of the character the Huntress in DC?
I've heard of her. Yeah. Okay.
Well, in the when she was brought in, she was there were like two Earths, you know what I mean, like and all this stuff.
Hmm.
She was the daughter of the Earth 2 Batman and Catwoman.
Okay.
She actually has two first appearances because she was in two books that came out the same day.
No
You had
doubt. What? Which
you
ones?
had DC 19. I just can't remember the little part afterwards. I have both.
DC Family or something? Comic
No, it's
Family? Or...
DC. I mean, I could probably dig it up. I just put it away, but it was something about Secret Origins or something. But it was
Oh,
DC.
Secret Files or something?
Yeah, but it was DC 19. It was a separate. It was 17. I mean, sorry, DC 17 and All Star Comics 69. They
Okay.
came out literally the same day. They had the same writer.
Is one worth more than the other? Does one
No,
command?
they're both worth the same.
higher?
They're like literally, they're like twin books.
Interesting.
If one is worth more, it's the DC 17 because it has the origin story.
Okay.
But literally, she's in both books on the same day, so she really has a double first appearance.
Okay.
All right, second one from me. Moon Knight's first appearance was in.
Oh my God. Werewolf by Night 32.
Ding. You got it.
Nice. So, and then the last one. This last one, I'm going to ask you, what was the first appearance of Taskmaster?
Oh, Avengers 233?
No, it
Or
was
181. No.
no. That's Adam Lang.
Okay. Scott Lang.
Scott Lang,
Yeah.
Ant-Man. Sorry, Scott Lang. My bad. It was 196.
196. I got the title right.
Yeah, but I think it's 195 because they do a full spread page on the last page and it shows him and he says who he is. It's first mention, okay, but first app, I say
I actually don't think mentions are first appearances. You know,
thank you, KMun. I like this KMun or KMun and whatever, dude. You're right. It's
his name is
always
Andreas.
me. It's Avengers 195. It's always been. And so I always think, but I think it's the George Perez cover because it's a beautiful Taskmaster cover there. That's 196. But
it really is. Like that's a book that I see on the wall at just about every show I go to.
A lovely book.
Yeah, I just never bothered because I actually do have about 30 Avengers comics.
Yeah.
I like the Scarlet Witch, and so like when she's on the cover or a big part of it, I'll pick it out of the line. My son's favorite character is Scarlet Witch as well. Oh yeah, that's nice.
When you said cute, I was like, I pulled this and then I was like, this isn't cute. This is like gorgeous. And so then like I grabbed my dolls because I was like, this is too like high art. But yeah, I love to
talk. Here's one. I almost paid $60 this weekend for a Captain Carrot and his Amazing Zoo Crew #1. You can look that one up now. That there, DC fans know what I'm talking about.
I found that in the 50-cent bin though. You know, don't
yeah.
But
this was a gorgeous book. Like this was
okay.
a 9. This was a 9.6, 9.8 candidate. This was not this was a wall book. This was and because James from Mint Hunter Comics is a big fan of Captain Carrot. So
okay.
You know, but Captain Carrot, basically it's a Justice League of Animals. Captain Carrot is a rabbit. They've got Pig Iron. They've got Yankee Doodle Poodle. Like they've got all these interesting characters that are all
it's like the weird sidekicks.
It's like the weird sidekicks.
The Misfit Toys of DC.
Now the Zoo Crew #1 is not their first appearance. That's in a New Teen Titans. I want to say 16. I think it's 16. But it has an insert, but it's still it went for about 20 issues. It's pretty funny. It's like that was one thing I liked in the early 80s. There were a lot of characters coming out that were sort of spoofs of the like you had the incredibly average normal man where everybody else was a superhero except this one guy.
And the what does and like cup like yeah. The
And
cupcake
then there's weird characters like Flaming Carrot and Too
guy.
Much Coffee Man.
Spider
That one,
Ham came
yeah,
out.
Spider. Yes, I remember when a good friend of mine bought that off the rack, and he still has it. And
It's a good book. It's a
yeah,
good book to have.
yeah, in fact he actually showed it to me not too long ago. Like, look, I still got it.
If there's one book, like some of those 25th anniversary books are hard to find. And like one of them is like the Ewoks book. Another one is I think there's a Spider Ham one though.
Yes, there was one. He had a regular series for a bit.
But like I think for some reason I think there's a 25th anniversary Marvel cover that has Spider Ham on the cover. But maybe
I'm not sure,
mistaken.
but there was a Heathcliff though.
There's a Heathcliff one. There's like a Care Bears one. There's a Muppet Babies one.
And there might be that would be interesting to look up after the show.
There's a bunch.
Is somebody out there at KMun or Lyle, can you look up if there was a 25th anniversary Spider Ham cover? I can't do my usual. I'm hosting. And here's my last trivia question.
Okay.
How did Beta Ray Bill become Thor?
He lifted Mjolnir. Or, well, Stormbreaker. I mean.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
During a fight with Thor,
yeah,
he picked up the hammer and was deemed worthy. That's what I had as my answer. So,
yeah.
I'm not sure if you've read the book. I haven't read it. I had to look that up.
Like, yeah, he lifted Mjolnir, and then, like, basically they made him his own weapon, which is Stormbreaker.
Nice. See, the knowledge, like, again, it's amazing. Royal Roy. Lyle says Royal Ray or Roy and Smurfs. Really? There was a Smurfs 25th anniversary? I thought the Smurfs only went like...
Is it the girl?
Smurfette. Oh.
Marvel 25th anniversary. No, there's not. I don't see one. No.
Okay. That's too bad because that would actually be interesting.
Okay,
the one I always see. Oh, wait, no. KMun says he found an image of the Spider Ham 25th anniversary.
I knew there was one.
Awesome. Looks like we have another one I'm going to have to talk to Nate and Hagen about. The ferret's getting old.
Yeah, it's this one. I found it. Okay, here we go. So
you found the ferret? Oh.
Yeah, I found here. Let me send you damnable back images. It's annoying because there's not. It's Peter Porker, The Amazing Spider Ham number 12. So I'm going to get this, and I'm posting it to the private chat. Boom. But it's from a Reddit stream. I hope it's not vulgar.
Okay, well, I'll take a look at it.
No, it's not vulgar. It's just a picture. Peter Porker, Spectacular Spider Ham number 12.
Oh, yeah, that's for Star Comics. Wow. I liked Star Comics.
Those are rare.
Well, yeah, it's hard to find Star Comics due to the fact that kids had them and wrecked the living crap out of them.
I remember the ferret. That is hilarious.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous. Halyaz got a live stream after we're done here tonight, and I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous because if him and Hagen bring up something else, I just don't want to spend another $50 getting an entire run of another obscure character. Oh, that was funny though. I could not. It was a case of they said that, and when I went and found out, oh my God, there's like 10 issues to this thing. I have to have them all.
Yeah, we've all done little things like that.
And the part that's hilarious is that Alan has looked up the Man of War number 2, which is the original Golden Age appearance of the ferret, and he thought about buying it, but it was $600 for a book that barely made 0.5. So it was like, no, not for a joke. And I agree, not for a joke. Like, not for a.
It would have been hilarious though if you could find one. It's just so tough to find.
I kind of I look it up every so often. I admit I'm. It would be a pleasure to have that in the collection just for all the. Particularly since the costume in the Golden Age version, he actually puts on a mask with the little ferret ears
Oh my god.
and he has the little ferret claws
Oh my gosh.
compared to what he has in the modern day.
Which is like
it's
a mullet.
which in the 90s, I had a mullet.
Yes, everybody had a mullet in the 90s.
Thank you very much, Billy Ray Cyrus.
I know, right? Oh, man.
I really appreciate you coming on with me tonight there, Carolyn.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate you. Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun. I hope everybody out there, if you catch the rewind, leave a comment below. Lady Fantastic lives up to her name.
Let us know for the 3 questions I asked, your answers. What's the first Wolverine? Is it 180, 181? What is the first Gambit? Annual 14 or 266? And what is the first Avenger Taskmaster? 195 or 196? I want to see your answers because there is no right answer. Well, there is, but I'm just kidding.
So before we go, anybody who's watches this stream, whether it's now or during a review, like a replay, put a comment below with hashtag prize. That's hashtag prize, and we'll pick someone else to win the Man of Steel book that Gray Man has graciously said, go ahead and give to somebody else because he already has it and he doesn't.
Very nice.
Want to take it. He wants someone else who doesn't have it to have it. So
that's very kind of him.
Yeah,
he's the most gracious dude.
Sorry that you got here as we're wrapping up.
Hey,
thank you very much for everybody who's been here. My name is Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too. Thank you, everybody.